Well, well, well. We do it every year, everyone. We go from iPhone 11 box with an iPhone 11 inside that is recording this video currently and its usual stuff. Remember how big these boxes were? Jesus, I remember. But we take this, goodbye. Then we introduce in January of 2022 on the Tech Channel, iPhone 13 Pro Max box. You can see right here. And its usual stuff. We open it. It was so thin, so light. But now, there's no phone inside the box. You may be wondering why. And I've been contemplating it throughout the whole podcast and live streaming, Tech Channel, whatever, the whole 9 yards. Well, I introduced to y'all, and it's already been opened, unfortunately, but I bought the iPhone 15 Pro Max in titanium blue. Let's get started. But first, we're in the perfect studio light. When the light hits it just right, it's blue. When the light doesn't hit it right, it's considered black. And I decided to go with a dark color this year because I was tired of the cameras showing up like in this picture, the Sierra Blue, where you see all the cameras. It hides it a little bit better. And I'm using the old iPhone 13 Pro Max wallpaper. So we're going to address a few things and be right back. All right, but before we continue on with the video, we have to do one order of business. We gotta make sure this phone's unlocked like normal. And before we get to the iOS 17 wallpaper, even though we could use that one, we're actually gonna use the default wallpaper. But until then, I've recorded this video in two pieces because I wanted to first go through, of course, it wouldn't be a tradition, what's in the box. We get a USB-C braided, which I'm going to use this cable because I use one already in the office. It's 1 meter, but this is my charging cable because I already have a fast dedicated high-speed USB-C cable from the MacBook Air when I got it. I have that cable and stuff like that, and that's perfect for my phone. But you got your usual books and shit. We don't care about them. This piece can go away, pluck them, including the case, including the box, and file them in the file cabinet until I upgrade again. But I'm going to give this 12 hours. We're going to turn out the studio light because I also like the fact that I lock the display, the always on display is on, turn the light off with the studio being dark, and the display darkens down at night to match the lighting of the studio. Turn the light back on in the studio. Beware, it's going to be bright. Display ramps back up in brightness to match the daytime light. Adjust the light again in the studio because I wanted to show y'all the animation when putting the phone to sleep with the wallpaper is pretty cool. Alright, for using this phone after 24 hours, man, I gotta be honest with y'all. I like my 13 Pro Max, but my new friend is the 15 Pro Max. The USB-C is what sucked me in. That was the beginning when they announced USB-C on this phone, where it had the port. You can plug anything in. You can plug in your cables. You had the dynamic island. You had the whole 9 yards. Because when I lock the screen, wake up the always on display, plug my phone in, the charging animations in the dynamic island. That's sick. I'm not used to dynamic island, but I fell in love with it. I knew I was going to like it. I'm tired of the static peninsulas. I like it. I'll be honest with y'all. I haven't tested really the cameras that much. I want to test out the external SSD support because I do have in studio a external SSD that I can shoot in ProRes. USB-C was the first thing that brought me to the iPhone. Here are the list. We have USB-C primary. In settings under battery, I can cap the battery at 80% to prolong battery health for future life expectancy. That's the second thing. Then it's Saturday today. You'll be seeing this Sunday or Monday. Mr. Who's the Boss put out a video and the 15 Pro Max was on top again. The battery is really good. Like, it's really good. I'll show you all the battery stats. Even with the phone indexing, you can see my screen active time and screen idle time is off the charts with over 15 hours of usage. It's crazy. I'll show you all Saturday's usage. Even the phone's indexing, it's still crazy. I actually pushed this phone very far. I used over 100%. VoiceOver says 103% for y'all that are curious. On the little bar here where it says the screen on, screen off, that's a weird bug. But then down at the bottom it says screen active, 14 hours, 22 minutes. Screen idle, just over 2.5 hours. That is crazy. 16 hours of usage today, and I was able to use a full 100% of battery. I think I went over it a little bit because of the fact that I just messed around with the ProRes stuff, but wow, this is crazy. I am really impressed with this battery on this phone. I do got to get a case, which I will, and stuff like that, because I know some people are going to be like, are you going to use your phone naked? No. So I will put a case on it and stuff like that. And this was my 24 hours later, and kind of why I purchased the 15 Pro Max and upgraded, even though I've only had the phone 13 Pro Max for 18 months. But let me know what y'all think down below. If you got a 15 Pro Max, 15, 15 Plus, or 15 Pro, leave me your thoughts or opinions down below. If you're not upgrading, what's your thoughts still? Because I still want to hear from y'all. And do I recommend an upgrade for anyone that is still on the fence? If your phone battery health, and I don't like to look at it a lot, is like 80% or lower on a 13, and you want USB-C, I recommend upgrading. But if you can get a free battery out of it, get a free battery out of it with the 2-year AppleCare Plus. Now, if you have a 12, I would be more on the fence of upgrading, yes. And if you have an iPhone 11 or older, man, join the 5G side. If you want 5G technology, connectivity, United States, there's a lot of 5G options with the likewise of T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, Dish, and a few others. This is the first phone to fully be supported on Boost Infinite / Dish Wireless. So if you're interested in trying out Dish Wireless, the new carrier, it's fully supported from what I see and stuff like that. But hey, I'm excited to try out the 10 gigabits per second USB-C port and stuff like that and really mess around with this phone. So far, I'm happy. I will have to give you all my full review at the end of the week. If you like this content, you like this short video of why I purchased the 15 Pro Max and stuff like that, appreciate y'all for watching. And we're going to put the 15 Pro Max box right here on the phone. We're going to put the 13 Pro Max box right here as an annual tradition. We're going to stack it on top. We're going to file it in the storage area and bring it out when the next upgrade's happening for an iPhone. Peace.